gets it from me. Is this a boy thing? I have no idea where they two have gone. But she didn't have the N. It's just beyond me. Hello, welcome to another week. This is week 3 of school. Today is the first day of full day school. So dropped him off in the morning, and then it's my first day of having a free Monday. Monday is usually Mummy and Levi's day. I don't know what it is about today. I'm not used to it at all yet, but it feels like I've just had him a lot in the last 2 weeks or so, and over the weekend I had him by myself. Lakshmi wasn't around. It felt as if it was a lot, not because I was going to say not because I couldn't handle him, but I think if I have to admit it and be honest, then it really is that I cannot handle him so much anymore now, especially by myself. He is strong-willed. I know that. He gets it from me. I admit it. I have no one to blame except for myself. But it's not that you're pointing fingers and blaming, but it really is me completely lost for ideas. I just do not know how to handle it. The way he reacts with me and the way he reacts with Lakshman is very, very different. So Lakshman came back Sunday afternoon and he spent the afternoon with him. I was around too, but Lakshman took him swimming and I didn't go. They had so much fun in the swimming pool. They didn't even realize the time flying by so quickly. Usually Levi wouldn't listen properly when we take him swimming. If it is not his swimming instructor, he's like, no, this is the wrong way. I don't want to learn from you. I want to learn it from my instructor and that sort of a thing. But Lakshman didn't have any of that problem at all yesterday. He came back and he kept telling me he was so good. He had such good listening ears. He did this, he did that. And I was like, are you trying to rub it in my face? Because I'm the one who's always telling Lakshman, it's like, he's not listening. He's not hearing what I'm saying, or he's doing the exact opposite of what I tell him to do or not to do. That sort of a thing. But I get it. Boys and mothers, or maybe even girls and mothers and fathers are very, very different. The way children react with moms and the way they react with fathers are very different. That's a whole other debate. But then I was like, oh, I have a free day today. This is my first free day. What am I going to do? And then I got so busy. I didn't even have time to have lunch properly or rest or relax, because I was busy working on something that I need to get done in about 2 weeks' time. I'll probably talk about that later on at another stage. I just didn't pick up my phone to record anything or to talk about anything. But on another note, I'm absolutely loving this new phone. This new phone with Apple, it's like they're a genius for doing it. I don't know if any other companies have actually done it, if Android has it that way too. I have my phone in portrait mode currently, but my video is recording in horizontal, in landscape mode. And I'm like, this is a game changer, because I'm not looking here or there. I'm looking straight, and it looks so much more better when you're taking a video, when you're taking a picture, or whatever it is. And this is really, really nice. I also just realized when I was halfway here that I forgot to bring a fruit for Levi, or a snack or something. There were so many things that I could have brought. I just completely forgot. I really hope he's not upset about it. We don't have any tantrums or screaming because of that. I hope not. I hope he's filled up with food in school. I was just about to say nursery there. I don't know if they have a snack in the evening. I don't think so though. They have a snack in the morning and then they have lunch, but I don't think there's any snack in the evening. Oh well, let's hope for the best when it comes. Typical after school behavior, sitting right on my lap, of all the places. Because he's been away all day, hasn't he? How was your school today? How was your full day of school? Did you like it? No? Why not? I asked him why he didn't like it. He said it was boring. Because it was a long day. No one wants to see that banana in your mouth, please. Is this a boy thing? It must be a boy thing, isn't it? Bye. Thank you. Thank you very much. This week's been a bit emotional, to say the least. It's already Friday today and I haven't had so much of a chance to actually sit down and catch up on my thoughts. But I have had a lot of thoughts running in my mind. But I feel like I've been in a rut, low, moody, I don't know. I've just been upset a lot, really. Started off the week with Levi and I arguing about something, going to school, him not listening, me not listening to him. The same usual. He doesn't want to wear long pants to school, he wants to wear shorts. Or he chooses to wear shorts as soon as he comes back home. He wants to wear outside clothes at home. You know, that 30 minutes or 1 hour that we have at home where he needs to have dinner, dirty his clothes again, go have bath, and then it's time for bed. It's just been all over the place, seriously. There is so much emotions flying about. Not only his, mine too. I keep thinking about how much he's grown, and I think I'm getting really upset about it that he's growing up so quickly, he's learning so quickly. It's not the learning part, it's just the growing up part. He's not my small, cuddly little boy anymore. He's not that chubby little boy who followed me everywhere. He still follows me everywhere, but still. Um, he's not that little boy who doesn't argue and negotiate with me for every single thing. It's, yeah, this iPhone is not really helping as well. It keeps giving me reminders every single day, and it makes it worse that all I really have in my phone is Levi's pictures and videos. So every time I'm looking for something, I end up looking at his baby pictures and videos, and I'm like, I'm just grieving the loss of that baby and toddler years, really. But otherwise, I think he's doing well in school. No complaints whatsoever from him, from teachers or friends. The only thing is that he's not really eating properly at all in after school club. He's fine with breakfast in breakfast club. Lunch is sometimes 50-50, sometimes he finishes everything. It's after school club that he's not been eating. And today is the 4th day. I don't know if he just doesn't like the menu, he just wants to play. No one's really sitting down and eating, but he is starving the minute he sees me at the door. Yesterday, he saw me at the door. No cuddle, no hi, mummy, nothing. Mummy, did you bring something for me to eat in your car? And I said, yeah, baby, I have an apple for you to eat. And he busted out crying. Oh my goodness, my heart broke. Because he was so hungry and he wanted something other than apple because he already had apple for tea. After school club's menu yesterday was sausage roll, and apple. He took 3 bites of that sausage roll. He didn't like it. He left it and he had his apple instead. And he was hoping that I would bring like biscuits or something. And of all the days, I didn't take biscuits yesterday. But it was a good thing that we came straight home after picking him up from school. I didn't have to go anywhere else. So he came, he had his snack, and then he had all of his dinner too. He was just that hungry because he's not eating. So this morning when we went and dropped him off, I actually spoke to the wraparound care ladies and I asked if they're eating. There's a lot of them. It's not just reception class. There's also the older class who are together in that wraparound care. Obviously, they can't manage like the nursery does, and they can't give us updates on how much they're eating and all of those stuff. So I've just asked them to kind of prompt him if he doesn't want to eat. They do have options. I suppose he just doesn't ask for it. He's not familiar with it yet. Well, we don't have a choice, really. I went to church this morning for a safeguarding meeting, like a training thing. I went on my own, so Lakshman and Levi went to his work because he had some work to do. We came back in the afternoon. I was then supposed to come to Crips because I need to buy something for someone. I'll tell you that later. It's a very interesting thing. I think I need to sit at home and talk in a quiet place. Lakshman said they both miss me too much. So instead of me going directly to Crips by myself after church, he said, why don't you come back home? We can all go together. Come back home. I think emotions were all-time high again. Lakshman was already tired entertaining him. And I went back home and I was like, what's going on, Eventually, by the time we left and we came back, by the time we left home and we came to Crips, it was already 4 in the evening. All we did was go and sit down and eat. And it's already past 5 now. We spent such a long time waiting for our food in Marks & Spencer. It was so busy. The kitchen was completely flat out. They had to shut down the order. Everything is online. You stand at the screen, you order food, and then go and sit down with your, like a machine thing. And then they bring food to you when it's ready. Levi then got impatient after that. He didn't want to follow me to go to a couple of shops. So Lakshman took him upstairs to go to the play area, but they are closed because it's a birthday party going on. closed for private birthday party events. Now, I have no idea where they too have gone off, and I've come on my own hunting for this one thing that I'm looking for. I know. Lakshman just said Pandora is a money-making machine. It really is. I was so tempted when I saw everything in there. I was so close to getting something for myself too. But after I saw what was it that I wanted, that I needed to get, which is not for myself, way too expensive, a lot more expensive than what I had anticipated it to be. And I was like, you know what, forget it. I can't get anything for myself now. However, the gift is secured, but it's missing one charm that I need to go and pick up from another branch tomorrow morning. So the lady has called and reserved it because they only have 3 pieces and I do not want to miss out on that one. So I'll have to stop after church tomorrow to pick it up. Once I've picked it up, I'll show you how it looks like. Picked up the one missing piece from another Pandora shop today, from the one in the city. Lakshmi went, got it after church. So I am going to put it together now. I bought this bracelet for someone who is attending our conference next Saturday along with me. I do not know who it is for at all. So this conference is organized by one of the churches, one of the Edim churches in Northampton. It's this church in Northampton that organizes this. They've done this for many years. I don't know how many now, but I attended it last year and I'm going again for it this time. Last year when I attended it, there was one segment where there were so many people, so many women who went out to the front with gifts in their hands. They were prayed and they were released into the congregation of 900 people to actually find a woman that they were praying for and to give this gift to the person. It's a very prophetic way of doing. It's like, for example, I'm participating in it. So what I would do is pray for this person. This is what I've been doing ever since I found out about it, that I will be participating in it. You pray for this woman, you allow God to speak to you, you allow God to give you visions and, prophetic word for the person. What is it that you want to say? And you allow God to really show you who this person is. It can be a woman, a participant, a guest who is coming, or it can even be some of the men who are actually serving there and helping there on that day, because 900 people in there in this conference. So clearly there's a lot of people who will be coming to help. So the gift can be for anyone who's going to be there. And my job really is to pray, to allow God to work through me, to speak to someone who He wants to speak, to really bless someone whom He wants to bless. Last year when I went for it, I had 2 desires and I told God about it. I forgot about one of it and I remembered the other one last week. I wanted to participate in scene and I wanted to have a stall. Yeah, baby?
I want to say something.
Yeah, did you bring it up?
No, come.
I'm back. So last year when I participated in that conference, that was the first time I'm ever looking at this thing, and I was very excited for it. I didn't receive anything and I didn't participate in it because obviously I didn't know, but it's such a nice thing to do. You're praying for someone that you don't know and you're blessing them. It's just really, really nice. So I had 2 desires. I wanted to participate in scene, to be able to pray and give something to someone, and I wanted to have a stall. This year, I was focused on getting a stall. I had forgotten about scene. So I have a stall. I'm going to take my products, my journals and my book and some engraving, and I'm going to take it there on that day. And I've also been asked to participate in scene as one of the exhibitors. And it's actually open to anyone who wants to. I've just found out that you don't really need to sign up for it. You are not necessarily asked to do it. And there's no number, no limit whatsoever at all. I could have actually prepared for it much, much longer until, I didn't realize I could have done it until someone asked me. And ever since then, I've been praying about this person. It doesn't have to be something expensive. It doesn't have to be books or clothes or anything specific. It's not specific. You're just allowing God to speak to you, through you, to this person. So as I started preparing and praying for this person, the biggest thing, it's personal to this person, so I don't really want to talk about it. But one of the biggest key messages that I got is that God wanted to, that this person means a lot to God, and God sees her. God sees that. And God wants her to remember that and have that a reminder. And one of the key things that I understood that God wanted to do was pamper her with quality and luxury. I was thinking about a couple of other options and everything, but then I ended up with a few things in mind, with a couple of books and journals, and specifically which book it was as well. And another gift, I was going to get like, cozy, expensive scarf because of the season now, and some like pamper package and all of those things. And I was like, no, that's temporary. Scarf and pamper packages and everything is not going to last for a very long time at all. It needs to be something a lot more permanent. And then I realized what was it that God wanted? For her to be able to see it, which is why I then ended up thinking about a bracelet with the words seen on it. Seen or loved, but seen meant a lot more than loved for what God was speaking to her. So I started looking for charm bracelet. This is probably 2-3 days ago. Started looking for charm bracelets. There was a lot of options that I could have done, which was a lot more cheaper, but it just will not arrive on time because I was way too late. This is of good quality, however, it needs to be custom made, which is like 1 or 2 weeks, 1 week the earliest. Even if I paid for speedy delivery and express delivery and all of those things, it's just not going to come on time at all. So I looked at different options. Thomas Sabo was another one. Pandora was another one. Thomas Sabo had a couple of options. Then again, that is ordering online, and it's very risky whether it will come on time or not. And then Pandora. And both Thomas Sabo and Pandora was expensive. Thomas Sabo was ever so slightly cheaper than Pandora, but they just didn't have a store near me anymore at all. And the closest store was in Cardiff, and I didn't have the time to drive to Cardiff all the way there to actually look at it. None of the other shops, John Lewis didn't have any of these charms in store, so I didn't have another option at all. Didn't have an option, went to Pandora. It was expensive. As I was browsing online 2 days ago, late at night, before I made the decision to actually go and look at the stores in Thomas Sabo or Pandora, I kept looking at different charms and bracelets. You know that the ones on Amazon, the counterfeit type, the imitation ones, which is sometimes as good as Pandora, but the quality is not necessarily that good at all. It doesn't last long. You can see the difference and everything. My heart just wasn't with it. I wasn't willing to. It's not like I wouldn't do it for myself. I would. But for this person and for what God was saying to this person, I was like, no. It's not fair. That's not what God wants to do. And I just wasn't willing to do it. I couldn't. And then when I looked at the price on Pandora, it was like £170 or something. They do, if you get two pieces, you get the third one free, which is why it's 170. Otherwise, it would have been a lot more expensive. And ultimately, at about 2:00 at night, I finally decided that I will go ahead and do this. I'll get the Pandora one, regardless of the cost. And then I had so much peace. I couldn't sleep at all until then. I kept thinking about it. I kept tossing and turning. And then eventually when I decided that I will get the Pandora, I fell asleep after that. So come Saturday, when I went out yesterday, I was so excited for it when I woke up in the morning. Ever since the morning, I had to do the safeguarding training yesterday and then go out to Pandora later on. I was actually very, very excited to go and see. When I went to see it, I saw the bracelet. She had the one that I wanted to. I was comparing between different sizes and stuff. And then I got this one. So this is I don't know what kind of bracelet this is called, but the adjustable one. This is the only slider. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called a slider because you can adjust it here regardless of the size of the person, because I do not know who this person is and how they are. The lady asked if it's for me, if the person is similar to me. And I was like, yeah, okay, I can't possibly explain to her this thing, can I? And then she had SEEC, but she didn't have the N. After she showed me this, I tried it on and everything. I noticed that this alphabet keeps running and it keeps rolling around. So if I take the clip away, you can see that it keeps running about. Without the clip, when you have it on your hand, it's actually going about everywhere and it doesn't stay together at all. And then I spontaneously decided that I wanted this clip and then bought the clip. That's extra money. So it kind of cost me £200 altogether. She didn't have the end. She called the branch in the city and held it up for me this afternoon, actually, when I picked it up and came. So it's all done. It's about £200, a lot of money. I don't think I would have done this for myself. I don't think I would have paid this amount of money for myself on one product. I buy a lot. Okay, I spend a lot of money, but probably not just for one thing. I wouldn't have been willing to do it for myself, but I was so happy to be able to do for this. And I don't know, it feels like it's such a blessing to be able to bless other people. It's not only about affordability, but it's about obedience. For me, it's about obedience. It's about allowing God to use me to bless other people, allowing God to use me to speak to other people. It's a prophetic word, and prayer is just beyond me, which is what really, really excites me. It's something that I am personally not capable of. I wouldn't put myself in front of 900 people to pray and to go and find a stranger to give it to them. No, I wouldn't put myself forward for things like this. That kind of puts me on the spot. But when it is for God, when you know that God wants to use you, it's like, it's not myself. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And that's the one thing that I go by all the time. That's the one thing that pushes me forward as well. I know it's not in my own strength, but it's in the wisdom and the courage and the boldness that God gives me. And just to know that someone is going to be blessed by this, someone is going to be valued by this, someone is going to feel loved by this, and every time she sees it, is such a joy to be able to be in that position.